Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here for March 30th. Let's jump right into our charts and see we kicked off the new week. First up, we got our June live cattle on the board. We did see some bullish momentum to close out last week. Friday's strong close there above 236.5 confirmed this new uptrend here for this cattle market. Bulls took that momentum from late last week into today's session. Nice strong open here, rallying right up into the high of the day at 241.62. Good strong close up there above 240 today, briefly poking up into this overhead gap that was created from that mid-October breakdown. At the moment, the Bulls have the momentum on their side. They should continue to strike this week and keep driving these live cattle prices back up here towards these all-time highs. Next up, May feeders on the board. We also saw some bullish momentum to close out last week, closing up there up at 360. Nice strong rally here today early as this market pushed above that bull pivot and that prior week's high, confirming that bullish uptrend here. Good momentum here today, rallying up there at a high of the day at 364.5. This feeder market's still a little bit behind, hasn't quite tested these current year's highs like that June live contract did, but still seeing some good follow through here today from that strong close last week. We expect to see these bulls as long as we can maintain this market above 360 here. We expect to see this thing keep chewing up here towards this overhead gap and this current year's high. The uptrend is back on track here for this cattle market, and we should see these feeders also continue pushing up here into the 360s. Next on the board, we got our May corn futures. Today we did see some weakness here in this corn market. Prices falling below Friday's low and finishing today back down here at 455.25. With that close below that bear pivot here today, we need to see these bulls try and reload here around this 50-day average. If they aren't able to do that, we should see this thing come back down here and try and retest 445 and see if we might keep this market range bound once again. This corn market in the last few weeks has seen elevated volatility, but just hasn't been able to get any sort of follow through up here above 470. Hasn't gotten anything to stick here, so these bears finally pushing this thing back down. If this market fails to find support at that 50-day average, look for these range-bound conditions here between about 445 and 465 to stick around. This corn market looks pretty comfortable here around $4.50. And next up, crude oil prices continuing with the upside here today. Nice reload last week in this crude market. We did see prices pulling back and testing that 20-day average the middle part of last week. Nice strong rally into Friday's close here that carried over into today's session. We got that Sunday night gap open here. Price pulled back, retesting Friday's range, but seeing a nice strong close up here at 105 today. As those bulls continue to rally here, and with that close above these prior week's highs and that bull pivot, that opens the door to more upside here for this crude market. Look for this thing to keep on poking up here towards 120 bucks. This climax top here, we'll have to wait and see if we can come back up there and retest that level. But at the moment, these bulls look pretty strong here with that good reload last week. I'll look for them to try and head back up there. That's going to be the next stop here for these bulls. If they can keep the gas on here, we should see some more upside in this crude market. And last but not least, our equity markets seeing some back and forth action here today. After last week's ugly close, we did see this market rallying during the overnight session. Nice rally here as this market pulled all the way back up here towards 64.80 on the S&P overnight. However, that high of the day came in right off that opening range breakdown here, settling all the way back, selling about 100 to 110 points off this market here today, off that opening price. Continue to see weakness here in these other indexes as well. The Dow is a little bit stronger than the NASDAQ, but still seeing some downside. This market is pushing down here into some oversold territory, so if we do get some sort of bounce here this week, wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a relief rally here after this market has been so beat down in recent weeks. But this market still looks pretty ugly. Not a lot of good charts out there for those underlying components. Expect to see more downside here for these indexes in the big picture. We could see a near-term relief rally, but not a good time to start getting into this market. Still a good time to be cash heavy and be defensive here. There will be better opportunities in the future. We'll just have to wait and see how this market acts, and need to see some more structure get built here before we can start commit to any sustainable uptrends. So in the meantime, sit back, relax, let this correction continue to unfold here, and we'll put money to work at a later date. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.